there, guys and gals, welcome back to Back Pocket Game Reviews, and obviously this is a normal style video for me. I know, that's crazy, right? I've been up since 5 a.m. It is 9 p.m. right now, so you can imagine how wired on caffeine I am. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew, Chip! Come at you like a spider monkey, Chip. So, exciting thing for today. I haven't done an unboxing video in a very long time, so you may have to forgive me while we try to stumble through this. I don't even know if I remember how to open a package correctly. But we have this box here. Obviously, it is a Sega Genesis Mini. You probably don't understand how excited I am about this, but this is one of my childhood consoles that is probably the most beloved to me. So I had, my first console was an original Nintendo, and then probably about the time I was like 6, I got a Genesis Model 2. Obviously, this is a Genesis Model 1 that this is replicated after. For those of you who don't know the difference, the Genesis Model 1 has the sound sliders on it, and then Genesis Model 2 has the 2 buttons that you typically see the most common. It's still kind of like a square, but then you have the Genesis Model 3, which kind of comes to like a point, and it looks really cool, but it has the crap sound card in it. This one actually was supposed to be notorious for having the good sound card. Not that this is that, because it's technically not the innards of an original Genesis anyways. It's just what the actual shell is replicated after. So the Genesis is probably one of my all-time favorite childhood consoles, though, because it was really like the first time I was getting super into games. My stepsisters had a Super Nintendo, so that's kind of why I was still super excited about the Super Nintendo. And you know, an original Nintendo, Sega Genesis, N64, PlayStation 2. My dad had a PlayStation 1 at his house, and then my dad also had a Sega Genesis at his house, which was the Model 2 as well, but it also had a Sega CD. I know, I'm like really nerding out about this, but I'm super excited. So, for the deal, I believe it was 80 bucks is what I spent on this thing, and it comes with 2 controllers, and it has a butt ton of games, and this isn't like the Games version of it, where it has a whole bunch of filler games, like crap no one ever cared about, like Snake on your Sega Genesis, where it'll be like, oh, it has 120 games, and all of them are trash, except for like 20. This has some really good games on it, like Alex the Kid. I can't read that name. I didn't ever play it, but it's Dragoon. It's a Dragoon game. Altered Beast, Beyond Oasis. Beyond Oasis is a very beloved and cherished game. Castlevania Bloodlines. Bejeweled, or Columns. Not Bejeweled. Columns. Comic Zone, which is an incredible game if you never played it. Contra Hard Corps. I didn't like the Contra games, just so we're clear on that. I'm not good at 2D shooter games. Never was, never will be. Dynamite Heady, Earthworm Jim. Very excited about Earthworm Jim. Eternal Champions. Gauntlet? Is that Gauntlet? Sorry, the packaging's kind of hard to read. Ghosts and Ghouls, that's what it is. Golden Axe, Gunstar Heroes, Kid Chameleon, Landstalker, Light Crusaders, Mega Man, I believe that's the Willy Wars. I don't know what MW4 is. Phantasy Star 4, Phantasy Star was a huge JRPG back then. You got Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. That game's the snizzle. I was going to cuss, but then I decided I didn't want to cuss. So Snizzle was what came out. I know, I might just be losing my mind. Road Rash 2. I'm not going to lie, that is the main reason why I bought this, because the Road Rash games were probably some of my favorite games as a kid. If you don't know what they are, you race around on motorcycles and club the hell out of each other with lead pipes and chains. Shining Forces, Shinobi 3, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Spinball, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Space Harrier 2, Street Fighter 2. It's printed really small, so they could have just listed the games. This would have been so much easier. Streets of Rage, Strider, don't know what the hell that game is, or that one. Toe Jam and Earl, Vector Man, Virtua Fighter 2, Wonder Boy, Mickey Mouse, World of Illusion, Castles of Illusion, Echo the Dolphin, and 2 other bonus games that look like they were games that never released in the United States. specifically Tetris and Darius. So, part of the reason why I like these mini consoles, and specifically this one, because it has nothing to do with that games, I also even have the PlayStation 1 Classic. I actually recorded an unboxing video for that and then just decided never to upload it because I kind of got busy, and then I was like, no one's going to care to see the unboxing of the PlayStation Classic, which I'm probably right. But I only paid $15 for it on Amazon Prime Day at Best Buy because Best Buy had the same deal, and then I had Best Buy coupons, so I was like, $15 done. But this is very exciting for me because this was a very big childhood moment for me, and it has a very, very good game lineup. And I know I have a Retro Pi, I can just play these on my Retro Pi, but there's something about playing it with the original controller, and that's one of the things that these mini consoles does, is it allows me to experience the actual system itself in the way that it was intended to be played. Not knocking the Retro Pi, obviously I still like my Pi, but like when you play with your kids, there's just like, here's this controller that you'll never ever see again because it was so oddly made compared to today's controllers, especially the Genesis one. But we're opening it, and there's no form of stickers on it, which is really weird, but I'm okay with. And this is kind of the packaging I remember for like the Sega Genesis systems. It is kind of poorly packaged. Like, stuff's just kind of thrown in here. You really can't see this, but you can see like right here's the power brick and all this stuff's just kind of tossed in there, which is fine. I don't really care how it's packaged. The box is just going to go up on a shelf anyways. There's the controllers. Give me a second, we'll get to those. We got a power cable. So also, to point out, this is one of the only one of these game consoles that came with the power adapter. Or was it Sony's was the only one that didn't? It might have been the PS1 Classic was the only one that didn't. But it's nice because you actually have the power brick. And they tried to make it sound like it was such a money-cutting thing to cut that out. Let's be fair. Those power bricks cost cents to make. So, and this is the actual console itself. How do I open this without destroying the packaging? Got it. We're good. Oh yes, slide you out of your little plastic condom over here. High definition graphics. Boy, they ain't lying. Some of you probably don't remember this because I get it. The Genesis was really only popular to 90s kids, and you have like the Nintendo systems that all lived on and still have this popularity even to kids today. But the Genesis was just as popular. Oh my god. They actually put on, I think they make little like cartridges too. You can sit in there, if I remember correctly too. And the volume slider works. Oh, pretty excited about this. I actually had the Genesis Model 1 after I sold my Genesis 2. So like years later, I was like, oh, let's go back and play some of the Genesis games. And the one I wound up getting was Genesis Model 1. The Games system, the part that sucks about it is some of the audio isn't spot on, which was always something that bothered like diehard Genesis fans. Just remember, there were some of us out there that were diehard Genesis fans, okay? Sega does what Nintendo don't. Oh my. Oh my god. This controller is so oddly beefy. And like, don't get me wrong, I used to play on this controller as a kid, and I used to think this was a comfortable controller, but like, holding it now as an adult, it feels so weird. My wife's over here, we're gonna ask her. Valerie, hold this controller, tell me you think it feels weird. Like, it feels like a Genesis controller, but like, it just feels awkward. That's what she said. It feels good though. I mean, the buttons feel very responsive. Like, it feels like an actual Genesis controller. They also use standard USB, so good job on you, Sega, for not being like Nintendo and needing to use a proprietary cord. And it looks like they gave you quite a bit of cord. We're going to check this out, because this is obviously a big complaint that people have with all of the other mini consoles. Oh. Yeah, that's good and long. You want to take the that's what she said this time?
I was.
I figured. So I mean that's a big part of the joy I get out of these systems, and that means that this probably also works on PC if I ever wanted to do emulation on the PC. But I don't really care to. It probably also would work on my RetroPie too. So good job, Sega. And I've already seen how it runs. No one really has any complaints. Wow, they really just replicated the case all the way down, didn't they? That's really cool. Some of you may have had a Genesis. Maybe that's why you're watching this. Maybe you're like, man, I remember the Genesis too. I've seen, as I said, a lot of people have played games with this already. A lot of people got demo units like a month early. Somehow Philip DeFranco did. Sega just sent Philip DeFranco one. Really? Like, he briefly talks about games. He briefly even mentioned the system. But I did watch a couple of people play it. I believe it was RGT85 I watched play it. And he seemed pretty satisfied with how it worked, so pretty excited. Guys, if you picked one of these up, let me know down below. Also, if you happen to be a big Sega fan, what's your favorite moment with your Genesis? What was your favorite game? Do you have a fond memory? My favorite memory I have playing it was I was really sick one year on Christmas, and me and my cousin Ashley used to sit there and play the Power Rangers fighting game, and we'd make up backstories to the characters while we were playing. She always liked Madame Woe, and I always liked to play as Goldar. So just one of those weird memories I have. And we always used to play it, and for some reason Christmas when I was 6 stands out in my head. But let me know your favorite memories with the Genesis down below. Obviously some of you had to have had fond memories with Sega. Unless you bought a Saturn, then maybe you didn't. But if you're new here, don't forget to click that subscribe button. That subscribe button is very important. Then I also need you to ding the little bell and make a sacrifice to the YouTube gods. Whether that be your firstborn child's tears, a baby goat, whatever it is that you need to sacrifice. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a thumbs up, and I'm going to go get some sleep. So thanks for watching, and stick around. I'll have plenty more content coming for you.